Let me say the Stay Home, Work Safe order is a more strategic way to blunt the progression of COVID-19 and balance the needs of families, businesses, and the city's economic interests. The new order means people must stay at home, except when they need to conduct essential businesses and activities. But the requirement for social distancing remains in effect, whether you're at work or whether you're away from work. The requirement for social distancing remain in effect. You must stay 6 feet away from others. If you work in a critical infrastructure industry, you have a special responsibility to maintain your normal work schedule, which is in the best interest of the community. The Stay Home, Work Safe order exempts essential workers covered in the 16 CISA categories, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency. They are the people who work in transportation and logistics to maintain our safe drinking water, communications and technology, and commercial and residential construction, and many more. Houston is the energy capital of the world. We have the largest medical center in the world and the #1 port in terms of foreign tonnage, and we are proud of that. Those critical workers and others will be allowed to continue moving back and forth through the community because we must balance our healthcare concerns with economic realities. But even though in those particular essential industries, they are being allowed to continue to work, while they are at work, they must be safe and must employ as best as possible the social distancing and other requirements, and we expect them to do that. For others, Stay Home, Work Safe means employers are encouraged to let their team work remotely from home where possible. People working from home do not have to shelter in place or feel as though that they can't move around. You still can go to the grocery stores, to the pharmacist, to the gas station and medical treatment, seek medical treatment. And I want to be very clear on this because we've said over and over again that the grocery stores would not shut down. And they are not shutting down. Even with this order, the grocery stores remain open. The food supply chain remains sound. Okay, it remains sound. But even as you go to the grocery store or to the pharmacist, you still must engage in social distancing because that still becomes very important. Otherwise, we are defeating the very purpose that we are trying to achieve. Residents can also go outside to run, walk, and exercise if they practice social distancing and stay at least 6 feet away from other individuals. Now, Judge Hidalgo indicated that we are keeping the parks open, and we recognize that people are just not going to, in a sense, stay right there in their homes, that they need to walk outside in their communities, in their neighborhoods, and will go to the parks. But let me put a cautionary note here. That does not mean that you can flood the parks and crowd the parks and not engage in social distancing. If you go to the parks, then you need to be responsible. You need to continue to maintain the social distancing. And if you do not do that, then again, we are working against each other's interests. We are both trying, all of us are trying to be flexible and recognize the social dynamics and the human dynamics, but you still must exercise individual responsibility.